guys, I'm out with my motorhome tonight and I'm just doing some last minute preparations for our trip next week. So I thought I would just drag you guys along with me and let's do a quick fire on the checklist of things that I sort of recommend you do on your motorhome if you're going on a trip. So let's get going. So the first thing I need to actually do is pull the bonnet catch, and I'm going to try and make it pretty pronto. So let's get on with it. Clip goes in there. Right, the first thing we need to do is, as you've seen on a few of my previous videos as well, check out the playlist for Motorhome Solutions, and the dipstick is just down there for the oil. So that's one of them things that, although basically I'm a stickler for checking my oil, so I know it's going to be okay, but the name of the game is to check your engine oil before you leave. The top up is there, so that is the engine oil, which I know it's okay, so I'm not going to pull it out. I've got clean handslet, so yeah, not that I'm going to get that dirty anyway. Just rub it on a cloth, check your engine oil, make sure it's up to speed. There's your coolant level. Coolant level's okay as well. And the other thing under here as well to double check is make sure your screen wash is topped up. You can check your brake fluid there. Previous videos as well is the power steering fluid, which we've covered this before. It's in under there on Motorhome Solutions. So basically just a quick engine oil water check. So pretty straightforward under the bonnet. That's all you need to really look at prior to the road trip. The next thing I'm going to recommend is that you actually check your lights all the way around. So we need to switch on our side lights. So the sun is shining pretty rapid here, but you can see my side light, my brake light, my indicator bulb, all down the side. I've got my markers on. There's my markers on the side lights. And you may ask, how have I got my brake lights on? So I'm going to show you in a minute. So there's the headlights on. We have got side lights, we've got indicators. So what we've actually done is I've got my little jack bar that's in the back of my motorhome with all my other tools, and I've just put a little box in just to make up the space in, actually, my spare bulb box, just to make up the space in a little bit to get the bar down on the pedal. So pretty straightforward if you're on your own to check your brake lights, but if you've got someone with you, all the better. So double check on the brake lights. Always good to check the condition of your wiper blades. These are the Valio ones that I've actually fitted. Again, if you want to fit new wiper blades, it's pretty straightforward, and if you do struggle with things like that, just check out again our video in our playlist of Motorhome Solutions. It's a really straightforward one. Undo the clip, and we do actually a demonstration in there, and the wiper blades you need to fit on a Fiat Ducato. And right, before we go any further, it's going to be tyre time. So the important one here is obviously the pressures. So just make sure you know your pressures. I will show you this. This is the recommended plate which every vehicle has got to show you the tyre pressures for your particular vehicle. Obviously this is a motorhome, so it can be loaded totally different. The weights that are going in it, we're like running at 3,500 kilos on this vehicle. So basically I tend to run a little bit more in the rears. So we're running the Ko2s at the moment. So these Ko2s, I'm running approximately about 65 PSI in the fronts and around 70 PSI in the rear. So depending on your sort of it's all about loading. It's all about they seem to run really nice at this kind of pressure, and they've been so good. It won't be long and they will be actually coming off, and we'll be going to the we'll be literally going back to the Michelin Agilities, but you can see the nice tread on them, still plenty of meat left on them after our winter trip, and plenty of action on these tyres, so they've been absolutely bulletproof. So you guys, if you're just dragging your motorhome out of the storage area, you haven't had it on the road for a while, number one priority is to get these pressures doubly checked on your vehicle. It causes all sorts of problems to have low tyre pressures, and you can end up having big trouble, you know, losing the steering, the capabilities of your van. So be very careful. The next thing to obviously consider, obviously these are in pretty good condition, but double check all your side walls for cracking. People that have been in the sunshine down in Spain, obviously that intense sunshine on the side wall of your tyre can absolutely change the whole thing, you know what I mean? You might not just have a good examination of the sidewalls, because these sidewalls will blow out. If you get any bubbles, you get air bubbles, and they will pop and your whole tyre will blow out, explode, cause you all sorts of difficulties. But it's just good practice to keep an eye on your tyres. It's the most, this is what contacts your motorhome to the tarmac. So, and that is the only thing that's actually, yeah, adheres it to that surface, and you just don't want to lose that adhesion with the road surface. But yeah, just, you know, have a good visual check of all the tread, make sure there's nothing peeling off, and like you say, just keep an eye on your tyres. So moving on again swiftly, so in this Fiat Ducato, under my driver's seat here, I've got a really nice compartment that I keep all the little bits and pieces that I need to access super quick if necessary. So in there now I've actually got two triangles. I carry two triangles, so they sit in under here. They're all pretty, they fold up these days pretty easily. Tuck them away. But if you need to get, if you have a problem out on the road and you've got, you need to get warning up the back of your motorhome pronto. The next thing is a couple of high-vis vests that are in another bag that are stuffed in there, that you can literally just drag out and get. If you've got 4 people in your motorhome, get 4 vests. Most importantly, everybody needs to wear a high-vis vest. Out on these motorways now, you know what it's like. You know how dangerous it is to be out on the road, and you need to be seen. People do not see lorries parked up on the side of the motorway, so a person without a high-vis vest on is going to be pretty vulnerable out there. So most importantly, get your high-vises. I've actually got a huge high-vis jacket in the back of my van that I carry all the time as well, just in case it's raining. You want to be seen and you want to get keep yourself dry. First aid kit, van and truck first aid kit. You never know. If you're as vulnerable as me in the wilds, you know what it's like. You never know when you're going to cut yourself. And this one is an extra one. We've got some more plasters and stuff like that in our bathroom cabinet for extra emergencies. So the next item we have here in under here is a fire blanket, which everybody mainly has an extinguisher. We keep a fire blanket in there just in case. You never know if the cadet gets out of control, someone else's cadet gets out of control, and you need to extinguish them flames pronto. There's your fire blanket, and just behind it will be our fire extinguisher that is in date. These are now dated, and make sure, I think they go maybe 2 years, something like that. Leave us a comment if that's wrong. But this one here is, yeah, within 2 years we've replaced it from the original one we had. You cannot be too careful with fire. You know, it's like if that extinguisher does not operate, trouble ahead. So there's a couple of little things that I keep under my seat, as well as a selection of spare bulbs. It is a Volkswagen box, but I can assure you it's all the Fiat Ducato headlight bulbs, side light bulbs in that box. I just like the box. It's quite a nice heavy duty box, so you can keep your bulbs in there. And I think, have I got fuses in there as well? There could be blade style fuses. There are blade style fuses in there. The old school ones, which I have another little selection tucked away in my tool bag, I think, of the smaller blade style fuses. I do carry a selection of odd tools in my little tool bag in there, some adjustable spanners, some side cutters, stuff like that for emergencies. I have an army knife on board now, so I can get over most things. So we have a smoke detector up in the corner, which we regularly check the battery top up on it. You can test it. So just around the corner on that side in the back, we have a carbon monoxide tester, so if you get any leakage it will sound. So just remember, another smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector inside your van. Let's get back outside again, because it is lovely out here tonight. It is absolutely blistering out here tonight. Look at this lovely weather. So yeah, so that's all pretty nice. So we're getting around it gradually. Underneath, you know what I'm like for my spare wheel, I'm just going to have a quick look underneath it, and there he is. He's still all wrapped up under there. It's all good. And there's the little winch. It would be a good night. I don't think I'm going to have any problems, because I did have it down not that long ago just to make sure the winch is working properly, and get it all lubed up. I've just got actually a can of WD in there. Hang about. He's out with the WD, guys. He's out with the WD. A little bit in the locks. It just doesn't hurt. Just all you need to do is just go around, poke that in there, and just give them a little lure up. I'm hoping this weekend to actually get up on the roof of my motorhome and clean a little bit of the grime off. I did notice there's a bit of grime up there, so we're hoping to get that done this weekend. But so I will be probably washing it again this weekend. But yeah, just keep an eye on them door locks, any little places where that needs lubricating up. Driver's door lock. It's central locking, but it's always a good thing to keep these locks lubed up, because when they give trouble, they're expensive. So a little bit of WD in all your little lock barrels, even the toilet locker. If I can get it in. Come on, Joff, get it in there in the sunshine. There you go. There you go. And oh, the other one is, another little important one is, let's get the step out. Let's hit the step button. We're going to get that out, and it's always one of them as well. Give it some WD, and get it all lubed up before you start the season. Let's get it in under there somewhere as well. Get it all sprayed up. Lure a pit on. Bit around this side as well. Let's get that one done. Look at that. Whack it in. Get that button working. In he goes, out he goes, in he goes, out he goes. Perfect. Right guys, I'm nearly ready to wrap this video up tonight. The last little thing I've just pulled out of my garage is all my tools. Well, the big breaker bar with a 21mm socket is obviously my wheel nut bar, and I've obviously got my jack inside of the rear of the vehicle as well. I'm not going to drag that out tonight because it's in a nice plastic box tucked away, but I know how to access it pretty easily. And so there's the breaker bar again with that socket on it, and the other little device that we dearly need is that one there, because that is my winch spanner for my spare wheel, which is obviously stowed away underneath the motorhome. So that is another one that you need. Just make sure you haven't lost it, you know where it's to. And basically that's all we need out of here. There's the towing eye from the front of the vehicle, for the front of the vehicle. If you do get stuck like I did the other day and do get need of a tractor or something to yank you out of a dike, that's what you're going to need. So basically easily accessible if you're out on the road. So like I say, I keep it tucked away in my garage. I know where it is, and just makes life so much easier. So I think, guys, I'm going to end the video there in this beautiful sunshine on a Good Friday. He's like, I mean, you've got better things to do. I have got better things to do. It will be happening next week, and that will be destination Normandy, France. So we cannot wait. Well, literally, do you want to talk to me, or do you want to look at my motorhome? Well, basically, let's try and do both. So basically, how excited are we? Next week, this time, I'm going to be hoping to be on the Normandy coast in France. Watch this space. We'll catch you soon, guys. Thanks for watching this video.